Hey there, here's a daily mobility routine that will be safe for most seniors. Now, if there's any of these stretches that you don't like, or if you have one you prefer that does the same thing, go ahead and do that. I put this together with one of my 80-year-old clients in mind. So with that said, we're going to start with the butterfly. So you're sitting down here, you'll put your 2 feet together, trying to get them close, and then if possible, you're going to push your knees down with your elbows. For all the stretches, we're going to hold them for 30 to 60 seconds. So once we're done with this stretch, we're going to go to your hamstrings. So I would first start with 1 foot bent and then the other leg straight and reach for your toe. Now, if you find that that's too easy, then we're going to go to have 2 feet in front and we'll hold it like so. Again, we're going to hold each of these for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. So we'll see how that feels for you. And then the next thing we'll go into is a iron cross. So we'll sit down on your back there with your knees bent, and then we're going to go side to side. This is just to help loosen up the lower back. You might feel a bit of a stretch here. And for this one, we'll go about 10 times total, so 5 per side. And now, depending on where you're at, I'll often then like to add in a little stretch afterwards where you put 1 foot straight, put the other one over top, and then just hold that position to stretch out the lower back here. And then if you wanted to, this could be a good time to add in some clam shells just to kind of loosen up and work your outer glutes a little bit. So you go onto your side, knees are bent here, and then just open and close your knees. We'll go for about 20 reps of those. If you have a mini band, that's a good time to add it on here, but body weight for our purposes here is perfectly adequate. And then after you're done with those, we'll do this side stretch for your shoulder. So from your side, we're going to have the elbow in line with the shoulder. You're going to lean forward a little bit so that you feel like the shoulder is pinned down with your body weight. Have a 90-degree angle in the arm here, and then from there, we're going to use the other hand to push this arm down. And so this one will hold anywhere from 15 seconds to 1 minute. And now be mindful that your shoulder is in a pretty vulnerable position from here. So make sure there's nothing around you when in this position because it could potentially irritate that shoulder if anybody bumps into you or anything like that. And so yeah, we'll go 15 seconds to 1 minute, and then we'll switch sides, do the same thing on the other side. After the shoulder stretch, we're going to go into a 90-90 position. So what this looks like is you have your 1 foot in front with a 90-degree angle here, and then you're going to have the back leg there also at 90 degrees. Basically, the knee is in line with the foot here. So once you're in this position, then we're going to tilt forward and just hold there. This one, I would say, will go 30 to 60 seconds, and then you'll lean back. When you're in the front position, you should feel the bottom glute there stretching. Then we're going to lean back, and we should feel the front of your hip flexor stretching there as well. In this lean back position, we'll go for another about 15 to 1 minute. And then what you could do is go to the neutral position here, and then we'll lift the knee up and down. If the hip will allow this, we'll go ahead and do this. We'll do this about 8 times. Once you're done with those 8, we're going to see if it's possible to push your force through the knee here in order to lift that back foot up. Be careful. If that muscle is not really developed, then that can cause cramps. That's just something if you feel like a little more advanced, it's a good thing to kind of do as part of your routine. But I would care mostly about the front stretch here and the back. And then we'll do it on both sides with the front and back, and then if possible with the up and downs. And then we could add one more element where we're starting with your hand here, and then we go side to side. That's a bit more advanced. It's not that big of a deal to kind of go for, but just another option that you could add in the routine there. And we're doing the side to side for about 8 times. So then once we're done with that, we're going to go into a lunge position. So I have my front foot in front here, back leg there. And now we're going to try and shift the hips forward in order to, again, kind of stretch through the quad and hip flexor. You may feel a little bit of stretch on the inside of the front leg, but we want to focus mostly on the back leg here. So think about the hips coming forward. And then if you're feeling like I want to add a little bit extra, what we could do is put the opposite hand down here and then open up your spine to get a little bit of a thoracic extension in there. But again, we care mostly about the hips when in this position. We'll hold minimum 30 seconds and then up to 2 minutes. All right, so after we're done with the ground stuff, we're going to stand up. And I assume you have a door frame you have access to. First, what we'll do, I guess I'll show you from here first, will be your arms on the frame like so, or you could have them straight out. I can't do it in this door. And we're just going to walk forward in order to kind of stretch through the chest and the shoulders. And then we'll hold that for about 30 seconds to, again, 30 seconds to a minute. And then depending on how tall you are, if you're able to reach the top of your door frame, then that'd be a great time to just be on top here, step forward, and then you want to stretch through your lats and upper back. Now, if you're not able to reach the top of your door, you can do something kind of similar where you're on, so for example, if I wasn't able to reach there, you could have the hands kind of straight and then kind of go forward, and then the shoulders kind of pinch back with the intent of trying to stretch through the lats. And again, another 30 seconds to a minute. And then an optional finish to help out the ankles and calves here is to do the tibialis raise along the wall. So you're going to sit back here, your butt's in contact with the wall, legs are straight, knees are straight, and the farther your feet are from the wall, the harder it is. Just going to lift your toes up and down towards the ceiling. We'll go for 20 to 25 reps of these, and you should feel the tibialis in front here engaging. After that, we're going to go to a calf raise along the wall. We'll try to have like a full extension so you can feel a stretch through your calves. And then the idea will be just to go up onto your toes and then back down. Still going for another 20 to 25. So yeah, that's a solid daily routine you can do. Enjoy.